Good afternoon, this is Kuro. Got a tier 10 game in my daring, going over the matchmaking, got an enemy Shikaku. Radar threats, I've got an enemy Missouri, a Des Moines, and an Alaska. Rounding out the destroyer threats, a Gearing, an enemy daring, and a Fletcher. Buddy, out of the cabinets, come on. Come on, you want to be in here, you gotta obey the rules. That's it. Oh, good grief, you're getting heavy. The map is Sleeping Giant. It's a domination map. And my plan is basically push up to C-cap and see what I can do about taking it. And this is actually a really good match. I originally started thinking I'm going to pull this video to use it because it's got a CV match, and this CV kind of goes after me a little bit. And he's looking and looking. He knows there's a destroyer out here somewhere. And first thing I do is, if you didn't know it, the spawns are mirrored. So he sees that his team spawned a destroyer on this line. So first thing he's going to do, he's going to fly a plane out on this direction. The best thing that I can do is get off this frickin' bearing. A lot of destroyers will just head right towards C-cap. See, he cruises right up here. He's waiting. And you see, I'm actually turning south, digging into the island a bit, and I'm starting to make this loop, and he's, circling around out here. He's just waiting for me, and you know what? That's fine. If he wants to sit out here and wait, he can just waste the time. I see he starts coming back in. I just keep dipping south again, and it's gonna eventually convince him he needs to go look for me, and he goes to start looking for me. What's the first thing he runs into? He runs into a Cleveland. He just says, screw this, I'm going to B-cap. That's one of the best ways you can deal with a CV. Yes, their destroyer got to the cap first. Such is life. I don't care if he's going to take that cap and let it tick for a couple minutes. My plan is, when I get there, I'm going to take that cap and I'm going to butt fuck your team in the process. And excuse my French, but that's my personal philosophy when it comes to taking caps. What do I care who took it first and held it for a couple minutes? I want it for the entire game. So whatever I can do to make that happen, that's what I want to do. So I pop Hydro here, had a little skirmish with the daring. He took a lot more damage than I did. And I'm just content to sit here. I'm just letting this fire tick out. I don't want to use my damage control because there is the potential that I come under radar or something like that, and I don't want to deal with a busted engine while I'm going at slow speed, or get hit with a double or triple fire, or just something stupid. I know the daring's back in the cap. I'm just peeking right now just to see if I could get a quick peek at him. And see, he gets lucky there with a double fire. That's one of the things when you're fighting a British destroyer. They have really good fire chance. So you do need to, try to plan for that situation where you can potentially be lit with a double fire and, basically eat that level of damage. Now, the daring smokes up here, and it's creating a situation, even if this island isn't in the way, he's breaking the line of sight to the enemy team, and this is a damage dealing opportunity for me. So I'm just using this opportunity to throw some shots out there on this Kurfürst. He angles in, so just throwing some HE out there. Buddy, get out of that. Hey, come on. Come on, leave it alone. Come on. I end up picking up the cap. Now at this point, I'm not repairing right now. I feel like I'm not in danger of taking a bunch of damage right now. I want to I think I can still heal a little bit more, so I'm just playing safe right now. and getting ready to potentially use this extra DPM to, you know, reload my torps quicker, reload my guns quicker, basically farm damage, you know, as quickly as I can. Actually, I do pop a repair there. I think that's a little early. Yeah, that's a misplay. I shouldn't have popped a repair there. I'm just kiting out in an angle. I was hoping that because that Kurfürst would be undetected, that he'd just continue along his course, but I think he's got Hydro up. He's able to dodge the torps. And I'm just biding my time here, just keeping him spotted for the team. And as soon as he really looks away, it's time for me to do my daring thing. I go on ahead, I pop smoke up. I think my Iowa has line of sight on him.
Smoke screen set.
Got a second fire on him. Or actually, that's just one fire. I think that first one is the Kurfürst. Since he's got 2 fires on him, I'm just going to start going to town on this Iowa. And this is one of those things that, you know, focus your efforts. Your smokes in Royal Navy destroyers don't last long, so maximize your fire chance. You know, here I got an extra fire ticking on this Iowa, while this Kurfürst is still burning. That's you know, a lot of extra damage to the enemy team. You know, that's, in my opinion, that's a good solid play. I lay a really tight torpedoes volley on this Iowa, and this is just straight Royal Navy destroyers. This is bread and butter for you guys. You want to try to bow on to the destroyer? Yeah, have good luck with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. And that's, you know, that's just handy. It's a really good thing that these torpedoes aren't longer range. When we were doing the testing on them, it was one of the reasons why I felt the torpedoes were 100% good to go with only 10 kilometers range, because if you could do this from, you know, 11, 12 kilometers, think about how crazy that is, you know, outside radar range of everything, and just able to, you know, rain just a line of torps in on a ship that's, you know, trying to bow tank around an island or something like that. It's just too much. So here, just doing a little open water gunboating. This is something I don't see too many people do in the Daring. She's a really small target to hit. She's nimble as hell. Plus you got the repair. You know, don't feel shy about it. You know, let those guns go. Missouri takes a shot, and I just basically had pre-slowed down and just juked him. And, you know, again, just letting the HE rain down on these guys. This is one of the ways you really play this destroyer to its max. Is, you know, you're also playing to harass these ships with a really good fire chance. It's a lot of DPM. Throwing some more single launch torps right through here. Unfortunately, he turns out, and I was just laying torps to see if he was going to keep going. He unfortunately is turning all the way out, and nothing I can really do about it. He is broadside to me, so throwing some AP right now. That's a shit hit. Need to switch. Switch, dumbass. I'm being too stubborn here. I need to switch to HE sooner. But at this point, he's going to run aground, and that's pretty much going to screw him. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to stagger the shots around his ship to minimize the chance that I won't fire multiple volleys at the same portion of the ship and have a bunch of shells in the air that are going to hit the same part of the ship. I want to try to cover as much of the boat as possible with HE. That way I get the most amount of fire as possible. Right now he can only shoot me with his stern gun, so I am content just with letting this guy have it. Somebody's popping radar. I think it's him. Yeah, I'm not gonna smoke up. I know he's got radar. That doesn't mean anything to me. I'm just gonna keep raining on this guy. You're okay, baby. Oh, did the fat boat die? I know. Oh, you want in too? Can you say in? Yeah, in. And that's the game right there. Just taking the cap and killing anything that wants to try to pry it from my cold dead hands. Into the game, 138,000 damage. Honestly, it's a decent game with Daring, but Daring's a destroyer. You can put up absolutely monstrous amounts of damage. I didn't get the best fire RNG in this game. I feel like with almost 400 shell hits that I should be doing a little more than the fires that I did. Throwing a compliment out to the Cleveland. That guy was actually interested in pushing up to support me, and just helping him out with a compliment. Yeah, you look, 277 HE shell hits, only 5 fires. That's a couple things. That's me not getting bad RNG, but that also tells me... Easy. They don't need to hear that. Come here. Come here. It's also telling me that I likely was shooting at parts of ships that were already on fire, and it's kind of a wasted damage dealing opportunity unless I'm just trying to, farm a little bit of damage out of the superstructure because the ship's fully engulfed. So a little bit of a trick that I'm guessing that a bunch of people know about. With high DPM ships, kind of zigzagging lacing your shells across the length of the ship as you're shooting. That way, you don't have 2-3 volleys in the air that are all targeted on the same area of the ship. That will help your damage numbers go up big time. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one off. This isn't a ship that I play or feature that much on this on the channel, but I really do like Daring. She's got some interesting qualities to her. So anyway, hope you guys are having a good night. I will talk to you later.